Today we're making a cocktail with cherries. That's really not that impressive either, but it's got whiskey. And whiskey's always fun.
Brought to you by drinkupnewyork.com.
Welcome to Sunday Night Shooters. I am your host, Eric Schomer. I have with me Jennifer Schomer, right there. And that was DX. And I am going to create for you today maple cherry whiskey submitted by Rick from Hungary. His name's not Rick from Hungary. His name's Rick, and he's in Hungary. Wow. Sometimes I like to mention the region because it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And fascinating.
And yes, we have had international orders.
I have got somebody in my dojo that speaks Hungarian. From Hungary, even.
I'm talking about our store.
I know. But Swedish, yes. We did sell some stuff in Sweden. Hopefully it makes it there in
Canada.
Canada. That's not really that. It's
international. We need international shipping.
If USPS got in a truck right now and drove 6 hours north, they'd be in Canada. But Sweden, they'd drown.
Sweden takes a lot of custom forms.
Yes, that is weird. So 1 ounce of scotch, 1 ounce of whiskey. I don't know what this is doing here. It's like next to my common cocktail shooters or shot glass I haven't found yet. We're going to do 1 ounce of, what are we using? Four Roses single barrel. So, given that we have a sponsor this week, Drink Up New York, this was something I bought off of there because Rack 10 Tier 1. This was a Drink Up New York special, or not special, but like a signature series, because I think they reviewed it and they were like, this is awesome. So when I was like, I'm looking for Four Roses, then I saw single barrel, and that typically means awesome, and it also means expensive. And then the Drink Up guys were like, hey, this is good stuff, so I bought it. It's on their website. I'd have to check again.
It wasn't very expensive, was it?
$55.99.
Oh.
I don't know if that's the price today. Yeah, I think it is, because I think I did a price check on this, and I paid about that for it. But I don't use it that often. But when I do, I'm doing this wrong. When I do, I like to put it in a drink where it's going to make a difference. And I think in this one it may. Oh, look. Oh, come on. Plastic topping protector.
Stuck to it?
Yeah, because it's syrup.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a ½ ounce of maple syrup. This is actually from a maple tree, I'm thinking. It's a sample from pure...
As opposed to other
Canadian
maple syrup that's not from a maple tree.
Grade A light amber. This was a sampler from the Pure Canadian people a couple years ago. They sent me so many, I haven't gone through them all. It's not like you find every day where you sit down and use
a vast need for maple syrup.
Maple syrup. So we're going to dump some maple syrup.
Your squeegee measuring cup would come in handy right now.
It would. All right, so this glass...
And these glasses look a lot bigger than they actually are.
Yeah. This is about, they say it's 2 ounces, but it's really not. These are not yet on awesomedrinks.com. They will be by the time you see the video, but if you're in Ustream, they won't be because it's still in my edit screen. They're really tall. I think they're like 6 inches tall or something like that. They hold almost 2 ounces, which I don't know if that's a lot to you or not.
Why don't you just use Crown Maple? Because it calls for maple syrup.
Yeah, because the recipe calls for maple syrup. And then we're going to fill the rest of this up here. I'm going to leave a little room because I need to put a cherry in there. So it calls for an ounce. I'm going to say it's a little less than an ounce, depending on your glass.
Are you not layering?
Oh, yeah, I am. It's syrup. It layers.
Yeah, I see.
It pushes itself right back up. These glasses look pretty cool.
They do.
And these are lemon... Is it limoncello? Limoncello.
I call it limoncello.
Cordial glasses.
But what do I know?
We're going to drop cherry right there. It should sit. Yep. It's doing what the instructions said.
In the middle?
Yep. It sits on top
of the syrup.
Oh,
that's cool.
Which is pretty amazing considering how heavy those cherries are.
Yeah.
Whoa!
This is going to be super sweet. And I'm going to choke.
Oh yeah, there's that too. You may die doing this.
You may die.
But, you know what? When you die and it's on YouTube, at least you don't have to worry about being untoshed. It's going to look cool. So, there you go. That is the maple cherry whiskey.
That is so cool.
It just sits. And I know these sink in here because I put some amp in one of these glasses and I put a cherry in there and the cherry falls
That's
all
right,
down.
you'll die happy.
I'll die happy, or I'm going to die of a syrup overdose.
You're going to die of diabetes.
Diabetes in a glass. Ready?
1, 2, 3. not nearly as sweet as I thought it was going to be.
That's a wild ride. I'm not finished yet.
Wow. I have to get some of that syrup.
Yeah.
Oh, you did a bad job getting all your syrup. I only had a little bit of syrup left.
I was taken by surprise. Because
Get all whiskey. The
that
syrup does nothing to...
it's at the finish though. Now, it's
Yeah.
very relaxing.
The syrup does nothing to
No, it
Like,
does not dull the pain.
tame that whiskey at all.
This is untamed. This is pretty strong.
It's strong.
56.2%. Oops.
There's lots of burn there. It's not sweet at all.
No, that is intense. I've used this a lot and I've never felt that.
Like you were gonna die.
You know what it is? You look at the shot, right? You're like, okay, so half of this
You're
thing's syrup.
preparing for sweetness.
The syrup is blocked by a nice sweet cherry,
Yeah.
which might have been another problem. They're layered, so you get this huge burn.
Yeah.
The syrup can't get rid of it. So that first second, you're like, oh, sweet mother, and you get, and wow, it's really, really wild ride. Now you may, if you go with a lower proof
You won't get as much
bourbon,
burn,
whiskey,
obviously.
you may get something that, yeah, it's a little less than that. May still be intense. Maybe Maker's Mark would be pair with it in a sweet way. But if you're looking, here's the thing. Some people like shooters that give them that wild rush.
That will do it.
This is a rush. This is a rush that ends with a little syrup shooter or a little chaser.
Yeah, but it does nothing to tame it.
No, but
you just
after.
get all burned.
But right now, I feel like I just ate a tree. Like, just the syrupy part of the
Okay.
tree. Like, you ripped off the bark and you just sucked right from the bung of the tap. Right? I didn't really just want to say bung. But yeah, that is some crazy wildness that just occurred. So what do you think? Would you do that again?
Knowing?
Yeah, if you... See, this time, though, I would just... It's like...
I guess it probably wouldn't be that bad if you were prepared.
If you go to the dentist, or no, if you go to get a shot, and they're like, you're about to get a tetanus shot. 1, 2, 3, go. That bracing where you go... and you get through it, and you're like, oh, it wasn't so bad. If you're just sitting there and somebody's like, wha-pat! You're like, whoa! Right?
Right.
There's a different feeling. This,
know
I
what
think, is
to
the same way.
expect.
If you go into it the way we just did,
Thinking it was going to be super sweet because there's a whole lot of syrup in there.
it will hurt. It will
Not super sweet.
change your day
Go figure.
and change your
How you
attitude.
have that much syrup in a glass and then say the drink is not super sweet, I don't know.
Plus the words maple cherry whiskey. You're like, oh, sounds nice. Sit down maybe with the snifter.
It'll burn your face. It's real nice.
It's gonna light you on fire. So there's the Four Roses single barrel. If you're like me and you're looking and you appreciate a good bourbon and you're thinking, you know what, I just want to have, I will spend some number of monies, that's a word, monies, to have one good product that I can kind of store in the corner, and when I feel like it, I can bring it out. If I want to burn my face, I can bring it out, right? Then you want to check this out, and of course, you're gonna want to go there to get it because that's why it's on there. Maybe you can get it elsewhere, but I don't see why you'd want to. So that's the Four Roses single barrel strength.
That's
that means
barrel strength already.
whatever it came out of the barrel, they're like, checked, ship it, and that's what you're gonna get. Otherwise, you can go to Drink Up New York and buy any of the Four Roses line. Well, they have all of theirs there. I just chose this one. I sorted by highest price, and then I went through to figure out why I should be justified as the highest price, and I went, okay, that sounds good. They qualified it. It sounded good. I went with it. So there you go. If you want to support us, go there, into the description, click the link, add it to your cart, check out. If it's too pricey, search on their website. They have a good search tool. Four Roses. Find. Yellow one was a little weak. Their medium, I can't remember what the name of it was, but they have a couple different tiers. I would go with the second from the bottom if you're price conscious, because you're going to get a good product and it's not going to be too costly, and it still has a good dimension to flavor. And you can check, we did Four Roses reviews of all of them. So you can go to YouTube if you want to find that. Of course, by now you can go find some limoncello cordial glasses. They are intensely cool, but they're one of the more pricey
Yes.
shot glasses.
Very pricey.
I think they're listing. They're kind of. I can't even remember. I think it's like $16.99 for 2. Like they're big, they're durable, but
Good thing that didn't break.
if it broke, I would return them and say, "I'm not selling these." I trust it. Throw it on the ground. That's why I do the others. Just throwing them.
Anyway,
We're done.
we're teaching you how to drink.